One of the tools that we make available for prospective students to use in trying to get a better sense of what a financial aid award might look like at Yale is the net price calculator, which you can find online on every college or university website across the country. And one of the hopes of the net price calculator is to provide a reasonable estimate of what a financial aid award letter might look like. And what I would underscore here is that it's important to understand that the information that you put in is going to result in a return, a sort of a prediction, but not a guarantee offer of financial aid. And so it's to your benefit to use as current of information as you have, as much information, to engage your parents, your family, whoever has a relevant sort of information to share on this, and to understand that it's going to take a little bit of time. It won't take as much time as filling out the FAFSA or the CSS profile, but it will take some time, and you definitely want to explore that and use it as a foundation for a conversation. And so I'd like to sort of ask the students with us this afternoon to sort of really share a little bit about their insights and potential use with it. And as the parent of a senior now, I'll be using it myself in the next couple of days, but it's a great tool to put out there.
So yeah, as the oldest sibling in my household to go to college, I know that we use the net price calculator whenever we were trying to figure out what, even just a ballpark estimate for what my expenses were going to be in coming to a school like Yale or any other highly competitive university. And when we used the net price calculator, I believe the amount that we received, it wasn't the exact same as what I ended up paying in the end, because that's not guaranteed by the tool. But it was a great idea to kind of have an idea of what my expenses would be compared to if I decided to go to an in-state public school, because in Georgia we have, there's like state scholarships and things like that. So it was nice to have that, just an idea before I even got my acceptance letter.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of need-based grant options that Yale has means that it was even more affordable for me to come across the world to go to school here as opposed to stay in my home country. And that's something that made it even more kind of just like an option, was to see that I would be able to receive grant money and receive it at a level that made that jump worth it. And I couldn't necessarily use the net price calculator because it's calculated in US dollars, but I do still remember kind of looking at it and just like plugging in some numbers, kind of get a sense of what the different schools were looking at and what different expenses were. And even if you can't use your exact data, just kind of playing around with some numbers can actually give you a really good sense of what the expenses are and what you might begin to understand a little bit of what they're taking into account when looking at financial aid.